What is going on, guys? This is gonna be, the official Valken VSL review. As for all the products we ever talk about in any of these videos, there are some links in the description. If you wanna buy any of those products, click those links and buy them from that link. That helps support this Paintball Ruin My Life channel. And on to the VSL review. So let's go over some features of the VSL and then recap and compare some stuff and give my opinions on whether you should buy it or not. So just like all the high-end hoppers, or at least hoppers that are say over 80 bucks, the VSL is easy to take apart. It works similarly to the rotor, how you have to pull up that little tab, press a button, and then the shell splits in half. And then also a little bit similar to the rotor is the nose seats in the front. Pull that tab back down, just snap it together, and it's good to go. The biggest difference between the VSL and other hoppers in that category or in that price is the ability to switch from 68 to 50 caliber paintballs. So for those of you that actually want to be able to switch from 68 to 50, it's pretty simple. You really just pull out that arm, replace it with the 50 caliber arm, and you can shoot 50 caliber. It's pretty simple, that's all it takes. It's very quick and easy. There's the quick change lid with optional speed feeds, so you can use speed feed or lid. At this point, speed feeds are 20 bucks, so they're very affordable. Changing the speed feed's pretty easy. You just really open the lid, pull it off like that, snaps off. And as you can see right here, it's kind of just two little prongs or feet that snap on to a pin that's found in the shell. It's pretty simple. Another nice thing about the VSL is the expandable capacity kit it comes with. So it comes with this insert that you can put in between the two shells to increase the capacity by 50 paintballs. It also has a removable tray that's in the bottom of the loader that can be removed to increase the capacity by 15. So as the loader sits at its lowest capacity, it holds 285. You can remove that lower tray, increase it to 200, adding the insert and leaving the tray in makes it 235, and then to make it the largest capacity by removing the tray and adding the insert, you end up at 250 paintballs. So those are the big features or good parts about the VSL. It also has 3 battery operation. There's a single power button. It uses eyes. There's some other things, but those were the major things that I think make the VSL good or make it stand out over other hoppers. That's features. Let's say some things that I liked about the VSL and some things I didn't like. So I like how it comes with those expandable pieces, how you can take out the tray or add that insert. I think that's clever. One of the things that people were curious about though, and me too, right? When you're watching the infamous guys use the VSL, is that it looked huge. When they added that expander piece, it just looked really big. But it's not. I think it's just the angles of the hopper and the way it looked on guns just made it look really big. But it's really not all that big. When we add that extender insert piece to the VSL and comparing it say the R2, it's about the same height. The VSL actually ends up being a little bit smaller with the extender in it versus the R2. But I think it's just that sharp angle that makes it look really big. But it's not. It's not this huge hopper that's on top of the gun. It just looks really big. So I like that customizable expandability-ness of it. It makes it cool. You can run less paint or run more paint. It depends on your scenario, playing style, and whatever you want, really. I like that. I also like that you can change it from 68 to 50 cal. That's cool, but who's gonna do that? No one's gonna do that. No one that is gonna buy a 50 caliber hopper is gonna spend $130. What 50 cal guns do people even use? I mean, you can convert some of the Eclipse guns to use 50, but nobody does it. So it's really neat that you can do it. I think it was cool, engineering wise, and a neat little thing they did, but it's really, to me, kind of pointless. So it's cool, but pointless. I also like the overall build quality of the VSL. The VSL just feels like a good hopper. I was expecting from Valken something to feel a little cheap and, I don't know, just inexpensive and not good, but it doesn't. It feels solid. I feel like I could use the VSL for years and not have a problem. It's made of good materials. The electronics seem good. I mean, I didn't have a problem with them. And just overall durability seems like good. But it's kind of hard to tell because I mean, like, the hopper's so new. It's not like I've been using it for 2 years and I can tell you that, hey, it'll last you 10 years. It's still too new to say if it's super durable, but it definitely seems like it will be, at least in comparison to like the other high-end hoppers. I also like the way it feeds. It feeds very similar to like the GI Sportz Level, where I'll show you real fast. I didn't get some B-roll of this, so sorry guys. But right there, how this outside ring is gonna rotate and feed paint in, rather than like an arm spinning around, like say on the die rotor. So I think that having the outside of that spin is gonna, I don't know, jam less. Like there's really nothing in there for it to jam on, so I don't think we're gonna experience problems with jamming. I know I shot maybe 3,500-ish, 3,000 paintballs through the thing. It just worked. I didn't experience a problem all day long. And then there's two things I don't like. One of them's not a big deal. The other one seems like kind of a problem. So I don't really like how the lid attaches. It just feels like that I really have to like, I don't know, just like tear it off and like, ugh. I don't know, a part of me thinks I'm gonna break the thing. So it's a little stiff and like hard to put the lid on. I don't like that. The biggest problem to me about the VSL is that when you're using that expander, extended insert piece, that if you wanna take the hopper apart, we can pull the lid up, pull that tab, press, top comes off perfectly fine. But if we wanna take the tray out, you take the tray out and then this extender piece just falls out. So like, if you're gonna be doing that on the field, like using that extender insert piece, like that sucks. So if I wanna take my hopper apart fast, this thing falls off and then I gotta deal with like putting it back on. Like that's kinda lame. I dislike that. But then at the same time, I'm not having to take my hopper apart on the field that often. So while that extender piece coming off is kind of annoying and in some cases could present a problem, I don't know if it's gonna present a problem to me because I don't really take my hopper apart that often on the field or need to take my hopper apart off the field. But that is for sure the biggest drawback of VSL. So should you buy one? Yeah, why not? Like, I like the VSL. I think that it's built well, it fed fine, didn't jam for me. I like the expandability-ness of it. And I think overall it's gonna hold up pretty good. I think that when we're comparing hoppers in that price though, there's really VSL and Level. I'm gonna say the VSL is $150, mainly because it's $150 with a speed feed or $130 without. But we have the GI Sportz Level that's $155 with a speed feed. So it's a little easier to compare the VSL and the Level when we say the Level has the speed feed because they get similar in features and similar in price. I think that when like choosing between those two products, if you like the expandability of the VSL, get the VSL. If you don't and you're like, I don't really care, I'm always gonna use that like 200 round capacity, I don't know what to tell you. I like both of them. I think that just go with whichever one you like more, whichever one looks cooler. I don't know, I mean, in the future at least, maybe you'll want to use that expandable insert kit that the VSL has, so get that. I know I'm gonna stick with the Level. I like the Level. I've had no problems with my Level and no real reason to upgrade. So guys, that's a VSL review. If you have more questions about the VSL, I think I know a lot about those after messing with it for the past couple weeks. Leave a comment below and I'll get to it. If you would like, check out more paintball reviews right there. Or check the Paintball Ruin My Life store out by hitting that square button, the circle button, and subscribe. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button.